Yeah, cool. We're good. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to more. Oh wait, I am Tucker. He is Puddy.
That's me.
Together we are. Yeah, I didn't have a bit.
Cool. You know what is a great bit? Tonight's show.
That it is. We have SNME 26, the Great Scramble. It's the debut of the championship Scramble match. Puddy, how does any of this work?
The championship scramble match is a 5-man match with a 20-minute time limit, and the World Heavyweight Championship is going to be on the line. 2 of the 5 participants are going to start the match, and every 5 minutes, an additional man will enter. Whenever anybody secures a pinfall or a submission, they become the temporary World Heavyweight Champion. Whoever is the World Heavyweight Champion at the end of the match gets to keep the belt.
Well, there we go. Very, very well done. Because if I had been asked just like explain the championship scramble, I would have been like, well, you know,
Yeah, considering we've been building this match for a couple months, I've had to memorize the rules of this contest.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch? I sent you the WWE title one from the real show this morning. I assume you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it. Yeah,
it was actually pretty good. I was surprised. It was okay. As will ours.
Just ever so slightly bringing my audio down. I just see it peaking a little bit. All right, so
I feel like you're never louder than me. You always do this, and it's never true.
I do. Yeah, I don't know. Something ain't right in my audio mixer down there, but whatever. Yeah, we ready to do it?
I think so. The only thing I would maybe update people on, because it's an ongoing feud that never makes it onto SNME, is the ongoing feud between Mr. Kennedy and all non-wrestling personnel on Raw.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy. What has been going on with him lately? He
was a guest this week on the King's Court.
That he was. Yeah, Jerry Lawler had him come out. He was asking him about his ongoing feud, I guess, with Amy Weber.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, he's feuding with both.
And now he's feuding with Jerry the King Lawler because he hit him in the face with a microphone.
This Mr. Kennedy is certainly a guy. You know what I mean? Certainly a character.
Yeah.
He just beef seems to follow this man around, and I don't know why. He's such a nice guy.
True. All right, but he's not here tonight. Let's get rolling for SNME 26 in Dallas, Texas, the American Airlines Center, live on ESPN and around the world. It's Saturday night's main event.
We get all of our show intro stuff. The world is indeed watching. We hype up the championship scramble, and we're here with our commentators, Jim Ross, Michael Cole, and John Bradshaw Layfield. Jim Ross is going to make a joke that, JBL isn't in the ring tonight. He's here at ringside with them. JBL's like, yeah, fuck you, Jim.
I think the way JR words it is that he's had the honor over the years of calling many matches of John Bradshaw Layfield, but he never expected he'd have the honor of calling matches with John Bradshaw Layfield.
Yeah, and JBL's like, you go fuck yourself, Jim.
Pretty much.
And our comms start hyping it up.
Yeah.
Our first match this evening is a United States Championship match as Ted DiBiase Jr.
Tucker, can I stop you right there? Are they hyping it? I think in this case they are.
No! We're back! We are generating excitement for the upcoming United States.
I think we are hyping up our opening contest here because it is an exciting moment and there's not a lot we need to explain. We're talking about Randy Orton versus Ted DiBiase Jr. for the United States Championship. It's the rubber match. We've seen these two fight before. Both of them have victories over each other, but tonight it's with the gold on the line. We're talking about the first and only, as to now, Raw United States Champion in Ted DiBiase, who's had a hell of a reign. He's beaten Jeff Hardy. He's beaten Batista. He has been a great champion against Randy Orton, who has won every single championship in the WWE that he is eligible to win, except this one.
All right. let's see what happens.
It's also Extreme Rules.
Oh yeah, that's worth mentioning. Probably.
Should we go through this match before we progress? Because there's some twists and turns going on here.
There are some twists and turns. I don't have a
I know
ton of.
No, me neither.
Okay,
we can
cool.
go straight to the finish unless you have anything.
I was gonna say with these two, I don't have a ton. Yeah.
You want to go right to the finish?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, at the finish stretch, then the chaos has ensued. This match has been probably very violent. Ted DiBiase, of course, ramping up that DMLS vicious grappling consistently. Well, I think early in the match, he goes to tell the ref that he has till 5, and then realizes, hold on a second, I have as long as I fucking want, and then wrenches back on whatever submission he was in. And Randy Orton, of course, is a bit of a psychopath as well. These two men, I'm sure it's brutal, it's violent. I'm sure it takes from a lot of Orton's previous stuff against the likes of Mick Foley, and probably reuses a few of those spots. But now Orton is the gatekeeper. Orton is the old guy trying to defend against the young man. I mean, Ted DiBiase Jr., of course, in a very similar situation to Randy Orton was 4 years ago with the Intercontinental Championship. So I bet there's a lot of like callbacks to that. But we get to the finish, and both men have beaten the shit out of each other. Randy Orton is in the ascendancy, and I think there's some move that leaves both men reeling, maybe a superplex. And down, jumping the barricade, is a man with a hoodie. He gets into the ring and he takes the hood down, and it's Cody Rhodes.
He's not supposed
Ted
to be here.
DiBiase's former tag team partner. I say former current tag team partner. They're former tag team champions, is what I was trying to say. And Randy Orton took Cody Rhodes out with a punt to the head a few weeks ago, but he's back. He's being cleared. He's here with a steel chair, and Ted DiBiase looks relieved. He looks absolutely grateful. You know, he was on the ropes. Randy Orton had him maybe beaten here, but here's his partner, here's his friend, here's the guy who was taken out by Orton. Here, the cavalry has arrived, and Rhodes kind of slowly walks to DiBiase's side of the ring with the steel chair. You know, both of them looking at Orton, ready to square off the young versus the old, well, older. And then Cody Rhodes looks from Orton and slams the steel chair straight into the skull of Ted DiBiase. Orton looks confused, and then he smiles as Cody Rhodes picks DiBiase up and holds him for an RKO, which Orton hits, pins, title, and new United States champion.
Yeah, Randy Orton has held every single singles title, aside from the Cruiserweight title. And a women's title.
And a women's championship.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Every title in which he is eligible for.
Real. Yes, that's an excellent way to say it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What does this mean? Cody Rhodes just turned on Ted DiBiase.
What does it mean? Find out on Monday.
God damn. Chavo, do you want to do this promo or yeah?
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
So yeah, Chavo is talking about the championship scramble. He says that for many years now, he's been carrying Friday night, Thursday night, both, SmackDown on his back. And with him at the helm, this show has gone up and up and up. They're the A show now. This is the hot ticket SmackDown is. And the championship scramble is the perfect opportunity for somebody like Chavo Guerrero, who, over his couple world title reigns here, has had to scratch and claw and find the opportunities and weasel his way in to getting that belt back. And the championship scramble is just the environment to let that happen.
Excellent.
We get an ad for Survivor Series.
In Philadelphia?
Yep. All right, we get highlights. Here we go. This is, I think have they seen the other two? I think they've seen the other two, haven't they?
I think they were on SummerSlam and SNME, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I think then they would have seen both of these. This is match 3. The tag team titles are on Lundrick now. Initially, Miz and Morrison had won it off of Lundrick in the first match. Second match, London and Kendrick get it back. Here we go.
This is a tornado tag team match.
That it is. It's going to be fast
Exciting.
paced, yeah, exciting, all that stuff. You know, it's gonna be crazy, really. Let's let the boys do their thing.
Sure. Nice.
Oh, they got the bass note. Good to know.
I think the key takeaway to this as well, because it's a tornado tag team match, is that environment lends itself best to London and Kendrick's strengths. Because not only are they a more coherent tag team than Miz and Morrison, who have been excellent so far in their short time as a team, but London and Kendrick have been together for 2-3 years. They've held 4 tag team championships now, 3 different belts. They're an amazingly cohesive tag team, best friends, almost brothers. And not only that, but they're also an incredibly high-paced tag team. Both of those things, I think, give them the edge in a tornado environment. And even though both Miz and Morrison, I think, there are points in this match where we see that they thrive off of the chaos, they just can't out-wrestle these two who are completely in sync with each other and completely prepared to wrestle at a high pace.
So yeah, London and Kendrick get the defense done. Brian Kendrick picks up the win there, pinning the Miz.
After London hits the Tower of London.
Yeah, seemingly. Very cool.
Is Paul London's Tower of London the same as Nigel McGuinness's Tower of London?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then I don't know what Paul London's Tower of London is.
I'd Google it, but
Eh.
We'll figure it out someday.
Tell us in the comments. There's the free engagement farming.
There you go. Yeah, Lundrick retain their belts. We'll see who they are fighting the next time you see them. If they still have the belts.
This is a very competitive division.
It is. Backstage, same kind of promo that we saw with Chavo, but this time with Shawn Michaels.
He's done everything there is to do in the WWE, but for the last few years, there's only been one thing on his mind. Some people call it an obsession, because he knows that he's not done yet. Everybody tells him that he used to be this great superstar, the main event. But the showstopper knows that he's got one more run in him. He knows that he has one more world championship in him, and that world championship is coming tonight. He's done everything the hard way. He's done the improbable. He's won the Royal Rumble from the very first spot. So that's why tonight he doesn't have anything to prove. He's taking the easy route. He's going to enter last.
So Shawn Michaels won a fatal 4-way on was it the Go Home SmackDown?
I believe so.
On the Go Home SmackDown to give himself the right to pick which spot he comes into the championship scramble at. Shawn Michaels choosing the last spot. If you're wondering why it was a fatal 4-way and not some kind of 5-way match, Chavo Guerrero has only just at the end of that SmackDown made his return and been announced for the scramble. So yeah, Shawn gets his pick. And he's picking last. Which, Cut to commentary.
So Michael Cole brings us back to ringside where he says, folks, you two have a ton of experience. I'm curious what you think about the strategy of Shawn Michaels picking last in this match. John, I know you've been involved with the creation of this concept. What do you think?
JBL looks fucking aghast. He's just like, this man is dumb as fuck. Michael, Jim, this guy, seriously, he's going to intentionally put himself at the disadvantage of coming out last. Does he understand how the rules work? I understand they're slightly confusing, but I feel like we've gone over this enough with all the damn talent. If Shawn Michaels comes in last like he's planning to do, he gets 5 minutes to win the world championship, and that's it. Anything can happen in that 5 minutes. He could lose that title. He could win that title, then lose it when somebody else is pinned completely irregardless of what he's doing. What a moron. What a moron.
Jim Ross kind of listens to JBL talking and says, I understand your points, John. I think you're absolutely right. In the grand scheme of things, he does just factually have less time to score a pinfall. Let's keep in mind, folks, that you do have to score a pinfall to come out of this match as the winner. The only man who benefits from no pinfalls being scored is Bobby Lashley. Because if nobody scores a pinfall or submission throughout the whole match, then Bobby Lashley remains the World Heavyweight Champion. I doubt that's going to happen. I think Bobby Lashley's at a huge disadvantage tonight, but you might be right that Shawn Michaels is too, because he's only got 5 minutes. If we think about the first people again in the match, they've got a whole 20 minutes. But you got to remember, I've watched Shawn Michaels. I've watched him for years, and I know that when the chips are down and the pressure is on, Shawn Michaels performs. And you also got to remember the momentum that he's going to have coming into that match. This Dallas crowd are going to be 100% behind him, and he's going to be going in there with 4 other guys who have had to wrestle for the last 15 minutes. They're going to be tired. They're going to be hurt. Shawn's going to be fresh. He's going to have the momentum behind him, and this is a man who thrives in the pressure. He might only have 5 minutes to score a pinfall, but he's going to be fresh. He's going to have he's going to have a momentum advantage. He's going to have a fitness advantage, and he is the showstopper. And if there's anyone that can get it done in 5 minutes, I'm going to bet on Shawn Michaels. So I don't think it's necessarily the wrong move, but he's definitely put the pressure on himself.
Jim Ross then switches gears. Says coming up next we've got Beth Phoenix taking on Mickie James in a some variety of
Falls Count Anywhere.
Excellent, in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I believe you people would have seen.
You people.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, what do you want me to call them? I believe the folks, like the audience, the you at home.
Folks is nice. I like folks. That's kind.
So I believe you folks would have seen
there you go.
Mickie James attack Beth Phoenix and cost her the women's championship.
Yep. At SummerSlam.
Yep. Perfect. And this really has all started by Mickie James feeling like Beth Phoenix just didn't care about her and was using her to fight against Melina and the various other bad women we have roaming the countrysides of Raw. Countrysides.
Roaming? Bad women?
I'm Jim Ross, damn it. I say what I want. Mickie James has done everything to try to get into Beth Phoenix's head about this, try to get her to see that she was in the wrong, so going to the extent of attacking Beth Phoenix's surrogate partner, Jillian Hall, a whole bunch, which Beth still didn't seem to react to. Mickie confronted her on this, and Beth Phoenix, quite simply, doesn't really care. It's like...
she's no hero. She's not Trish Stratus. She's not here to make friends. She's not the sort of leader of the locker room. She's an athlete, here to win. That's all she cares about.
Yeah, she's not here to keep tabs on, every single woman and, who's beefing with who and who needs saving from who. Anyways, can Mickie James find a way to get through to Beth Phoenix with violence? Let's see.
And for the first time in Beth Phoenix's career, she's out of her element here. There's no doubt Beth Phoenix is one of the greatest competitors we've ever seen in the women's division. But right here, in a Falls Count Anywhere match, the chaos and the violence gets beyond her. And if there's one woman here on Raw who can thrive in that sort of environment, it's Mickie James. And she takes the fight to Beth Phoenix all through the arena, constantly interrupting any chance Beth has at having a regular whole wrestling match with a series of escalating violence. And that escalating violence catches up to Beth. And probably for one of the first times in her WWE career so far, she loses pretty definitively here.
Yeah, Beth Phoenix just gets beat. I was going to go back into it, but I realized I was just pretty much going to say what you said again. Out of her element, this is what Mickie does. And Mickie DT.
Question is, you said, can Mickie get through to Beth? Is this loss going to give Beth something to think about?
Yeah, I mean, how does Mickie James feel? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure pretty happy. She's just made a huge statement here.
She certainly has. And obviously the women's title with Melina hanging over the whole thing, really. So,
not to mention, a new chapter for women's wrestling on Thursday nights with the new general manager.
True, yeah. Trish Stratus now, general manager of SmackDown. I don't know if we would have mentioned that ever before. I think it's a recent development enough.
Yep.
All right, same kind of. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, so Triple H, like you were just about to say, same promo as the ones we've seen earlier in the night. He's talking to camera, and he says that nobody in the WWE has won more World Heavyweight Championships than he has. He's really appreciated the likes of Chavo Guerrero, Batista, and The Undertaker keeping his belt warm for him. But tonight, he's getting it back.
The king has come to collect. We get an ad for SNME 27, our next Saturday night's main event offering on November 1st, 2008. It will be in San Antonio, Texas.
I'm excited.
So is
the home of Shawn Michaels.
So is Jeff Hardy, seemingly, as he waves his arm around and does his dance.
Will Shawn Michaels be the World Heavyweight Champion when we come to you live from San Antonio, Texas?
That'd be pretty cool. Oh, it's the Intercontinental Championship match.
The Milan Miracle does it again, baby.
Yeah, Santino's been just working his way up. He beat both of the I was about to say the Outlanders. That's not what they are. They're the Highlanders.
Highlanders, yeah.
Both of the Highlanders in singles matches and then also in a tag team match.
He's also beaten Rene Dupree and Elijah Burke in the last few weeks.
That he has. A real run here for the Milan Miracle. And yeah, it's going to keep going as he rolls up Drew McIntyre and gets the Intercontinental Championship.
His first singles championship here in the WWE. Let's not forget, Drew McIntyre won that title from Triple H earlier this year and has been on a hell of a run himself. He's been a really impressive champion, defending against all comers. But tonight, that reign has come to an end. Santino Marella gets the win. The Milan Miracle, former tag team champion, now Intercontinental champion. Maybe this is, Santino Marella, we knew he was one to watch. Now he's champion, and not to mention both Intercontinental and United States Championship have changed hands tonight. Not a good sign for the World Heavyweight Champion later tonight.
I was going to say, well, wouldn't it be a good sign? Because in theory, I mean, how many, statistically, right? Looking at champions, what are the odds of every single one losing? But then I thought about it, and the Scramble match completely fucks that logic anyways. So...
I mean, if you think about it, yeah. I mean, each individual superstar in the Scramble match, in theory, has a 20% chance of winning. But Triple H knows he can't beat Bobby Lashley. So if you take 10% of his chance and add it on to Bobby Lashley, then have it and add it on to Vladimir Kozlov, we're looking at a 33.3, maybe 5-6% chance of Bobby Lashley walking out tonight as the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't like those odds. They spell disaster for me.
It's all going to be about what you're willing to sacrifice.
Speaking of sacrifice, Vladimir Kozlov has sacrificed so much to get here to where he is. His culture, his people. He was one of the most successful Sambo athletes in Russia, but he threw all that away because he wanted to send a message, and he wanted to change what was happening right here in the WWE, right? And ever since he's got here, he's beaten everybody, whether it's Americans, whether it's Italians, whether it's French people. He's shown that the superior martial arts culture, Canadian French people, the superior martial arts culture is Russian. His style, his people, his mentality are soon to rule the world. And tonight, he's going to rule the WWE.
All right.
Oh.
It's about a year and a half in the making. I feel like it is, right? I feel like
it's like a year. It's like a year.
It's like a year. Yeah. It's like a year.
Yeah.
About a year in the making. It is Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio in an I Quit match. Man, Psychosis showed back up in late 07, immediately went to war against his former, not even his former, really, his generational, arch rival. His, Psychosis is Rey Mysterio's nemesis, essentially.
He's done little else but attack Rey Mysterio, so I have a feeling that might be the only reason why he's here.
He's only here to fuck with Rey Mysterio, and that's it. And it's not been all up for Psychosis. He lost his mask again along the way. But this last time around, I think was a pretty good one. He managed to bait Rey Mysterio in, basically convincing Mysterio that he had some kind of problem, some kind of addiction, if you would. And Psychosis has proven that I guess he did, but it was a crippling addiction. Haha. And he pile drove Rey Mysterio onto a steel chair to send that message. Rey Mysterio responded by saying that he's done trying to change Psychosis's heart. Maybe there is no heart there to begin with. And he gave up on him, essentially. He said that, Psychosis... Rey might have known him a little bit better a number of years ago when they were young men in Mexico, but it's been a long time since Mexico, and whoever that man is, there's no saving him. Psychosis heard that and fired back with that being a perfect idea. If Rey Mysterio wants to give up on him so badly, Psychosis will make Rey Mysterio give up. And it's an I Quit match.
Will this be, finally, the end of this rivalry?
Well done, everybody. Well done.
So this is overtly violent, right? Rey Mysterio is being pushed in this match to a point that we very rarely see him go.
Yeah, and I think Rey's uncomfortable with that violence, both in the stuff that he's receiving and the stuff that he's giving. I don't think Rey's having fun here. This is not what he likes to do normally. This is not the type of match he'd be fighting unless he absolutely had to. And Psychosis has pushed it to this place.
And it culminates in this spot where Psychosis gets himself hung up around the stage.
He does.
In some of the stage scaffolding.
Psychosis maybe going for like a moonsault or something like that off the scaffolding. Something ridiculous already. Something that already would be out of the mind of anybody else. But this man is Psychosis. Let's make that clear. Rey Mysterio sees Psychosis hung up there, and he grabs a steel chair. And he's like, all right, you got a crippling addiction so badly? I'll do this one for you. And
Charles Robinson says, Psychosis, do you quit?
Psychosis says, no, he'll have to kill me. And Rey's like,
kill me, Rey, kill me.
Rey's like, all right, man, I'll fucking kill you. And he readies up with the chair, and then Psychosis goes, no, Rey.
No, wait, it was a joke.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd actually do it. Jesus Christ. I thought you were a little bit better than that. We're done. We're good. I'll say
Please, I'm sorry. I took it too far.
I'll say it. It's over. It's fine. Rey's like, oh, I shouldn't. Oh, I should kill him. Oh, I can't. Rey drops the chair.
Maybe this obviously would be subtext rather than anything obvious, but maybe like Rey thinks about the time he's spent on the shelf. And the years of his life that have been taken away from him.
My left knee. It's the left knee.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I can't do this to somebody else.
Gets him off the scaffolding.
And Psychosis just kind of collapses into Rey Mysterio, and Rey kind of does his best to hold him up in a bit of a hug. And Psychosis is like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It never should have come to this, Rey. You're my brother. You're my brother. And Rey's like,
I'm so sorry that you're still so gullible.
Psychosis belly to bellies Rey Mysterio from the stage onto the floor and throws that dude over him. Rey just plummets, breaks through something probably we've got down there. He just hits the concrete and dies.
No, he breaks through some of our equipment and we explosion.
Yep. Psychosis will eventually collect himself, go down to the kind of floor area there, lock on a Rings of Saturn. And I mean, Rey's already fucking out. Can he even say I quit?
He has to. That's the only way the match ends.
I guess Rey is conscious enough to say I quit, and the ref calls it. Psychosis has defeated his demon. He did it.
What a heartwarming story.
He did it. He's super happy. And the crowd is like, "Oh my God, Rey's dead. He killed Rey Mysterio."
Kind of based.
The war is over. Psychosis is, well, not the last man standing. Psychosis did not quit.
And ladies and gentlemen, the war might be over, but the battle is about to begin. But before that, what are we going to see on Monday night, Tucker?
We have a WWE Championship tables, ladders, and chairs match. Or sorry, rugs, ladders, and chairs. As Jeff Hardy...
Radios, ladders, and chairs.
Radiators, ladders, and chairs.
Radiators, love it.
As Jeff Hardy defends his WWE Championship against a man who still feels like he never properly lost that title in Edge.
These two men, iconic in this matchup. Who is going to come out on top? Either way, the winners are going to be the audience. But like I was saying, here we go. The battle is about to begin. Tonight, we could have any number of world heavyweight champions throughout these next 20 minutes, but only one man can walk out the world heavyweight champion. We have the Moscow Mauler. We have the Showstopper. We have the Game. We have Chavito Heat. And we have the Destroyer. 5 of the biggest names in professional wrestling tonight, all scrambling for the right to be called champion. Is there anything else you want to say before we get into this one, Tucker?
I think we should at least run down... I mean, okay, obviously you're going to have some notes for this, I assume.
Yep.
Perfect. I thought you might. Do I need the finish notes at all there?
Why would you need them? You can have them.
I just so I could play along if you wanted me to. If not, I'm cool to just hang
I've
back
sent
and
them
let it
to you
fly.
Previously.
Yeah, I was just trying to find them. That's all.
I can go find them for you if you'd like. Would you like all of the notes? I can send you all of the notes. Maybe that
Sure,
would be
yeah.
helpful for
Give me
you.
the whole match. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sure, yeah. And if there's anything you want to change as we go along, just tell me. And
Absolutely.
if there's anything you'd like to do, just tell me.
And I know what two are starting this match because I believe it's Chavo.
It's
Yeah.
at the top there, yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, so our first two will be Chavo and Triple H. If I open this up so I can see it a little bit better, it might pop Chrome up in front of the game. Oh no, it did it on the other monitor. Perfect. All right,
Amazing.
it's Scramble time.
Hell yeah, and we're starting with 2 of the most exciting guys, and we haven't seen a ton of these guys wrestling. We've seen a bit of it. It's Chavo Guerrero and it's Triple H, and of course Triple H has the power game. He has quite a lot of extra height, a lot of extra weight over Chavo. Although Chavo Guerrero over the last 2 years has definitely gotten a lot bigger than he used to be, but still he's lacking a little bit in height to Triple H, and he's taking him down with some clotheslines, some shoulder tackles, really trying to. Yeah, he's playing the heel in this opening part of the match. Chavo Guerrero, of course, probably one of the biggest heels on SmackDown over the last 2 years, but since his return, we're not necessarily playing into that too much. He's maybe going back to his roots in terms of the way he wrestles, and he's getting it. He's quite exciting. We get some drop kicks, some basement drop kicks to Triple H's legs. Chavo trying to just kind of stop the offense of Triple H, really trying to interrupt his power spots. Towards the end of this first sort of 5-minute section, we get a surprise springboard DDT from Chavo, and he gets a 2 count. And then Triple H, though, enraged, answers with a big knee, a big spine buster, and also a 2 count from that. These two kind of matching blow for blow as our third participant is about to enter the match. Anything you want to add so far?
I don't want to add anything so far. I just want to bring a stupid bull, as it's Vladimir Kozlov coming in at number 3.
Absolutely. And immediately he headbutts Chavo straight in the midsection, flooring him. He then Sambo takedowns Triple H, raining elbows and forearms down on the Game. Kozlov waits and then hits a belly to belly on Chavo, and he locks in the grounded bear hug. Chavo taps, and for the first time in this match, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion, and his name is Vladimir Kozlov.
He did it. He's the boyhood dream has come true. He barely
But
gets
it's fleeting.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say he
It's
barely
fleeting.
gets a moment. Yeah.
Triple H hits him with a big DDT, but Kozlov will not be slowed. Triple H is running at him for the big knee, but Kozlov immediately, boom, big headbutt to the midsection. He just throws Triple H across the ring and into the corner, but Chavo is still there, and he hits him with, I got it down as a rolling Liger here, but I think the actual name of this move is a Kopu kick, and it's basically like Chavo doing a front flip, and the foot just hits Kozlov in the face. He hits that. He's rolling. Chavo has finally got some momentum behind him, and he hits a running bulldog off the ropes to Kozlov, and he turns and he hits Triple H with a suplex. He goes up to the top rope, frog splash. 1, 2, 3, and Chavo Guerrero is the interim World Heavyweight Champion.
I was trying to think of the other name that I know for that move, and it would be Abisagiri.
Okay.
For that front rolling kick. That's the Kawada version. That's the one that I would think of immediately. But
gotcha. Makes sense. As this match kind of resets, Chavo is champion. These men have gone through a lot already. Just under 10 minutes in. Kozlov sort of backs off and hits a kickboxing stance as Chavo kind of squares up to him. And Chavo is in some trouble here because Kozlov has a significant reach advantage on Chavo. And he starts hitting, sort of kicks to Chavo's legs, kind of kicks to Chavo's torso area, looking brutal. Chavo sells that, like, these kicks are really taking the wind out of him. And it culminates this sequence of fast flurry kicks. So it culminates in a spinning heel kick, which just lays Chavo, which just sends Chavo spiraling back to the ropes. Chavo bounces and tries to charge at Kozlov desperately, but it's another midsection headbutt, and Kozlov is left alone, standing tall, not champion, as the clock counts down to our next entrant. Who's next, Tucker?
It's the only person it could be. Bobby
True.
Lashley. Kozlov ready in the ring for him. Lashley rushes the ring. Immediately, big double leg takedown on Kozlov, just starts raining those punches down on him, gets up, picks Chavo Guerrero up over his head, military press style.
To outside the ring. He just launches him outside the ring.
Him. Oh my god. Triple H gets up to his feet, spins around, and gets met with a massive spear, sticking him right in the ground. Lashley rolls himself over him. 1, 2, and 3. The belt is back where it belongs.
Where it belongs. Yeah.
In the meantime.
But now we get the face-off that we were robbed of a conclusion to a few weeks ago. Vladimir Kozlov and Bobby Lashley. They lock up, collar and elbow tie up, and Kozlov tries to take Lashley down. But as we saw a couple weeks ago, Bobby Lashley is as comfortable on the ground as Vladimir Kozlov is, and he defends excellently. He's able to lock in a nasty heel hook on Kozlov. Kozlov gets to the ropes, but it doesn't matter. There are no disqualifications in a championship scramble match, so Chavo has to break up the hold. Kozlov switches to his kickboxing again. He keeps Chavo and Lashley at distance with his series of kicks to the midriff and to their legs. But eventually, as Kozlov is distracted with Lashley, Chavo climbs to the top rope and leaps for sort of a flying crossbody or a clothesline at Kozlov. Kozlov turns from Lashley and in midair headbutts Chavo in the midsection, sending him sprawling in pain to the outskirts of the ring. Kozlov follows up. He hits a combination of kicks on Lashley, another spinning heel kick that leaves Lashley dazed. Kozlov then uses that opportunity to land a takedown, and he locks in that grounded bear hug, finally managing to put that weight of the 290-pounder on Bobby Lashley. Lashley screams in pain as the crowd begins to grow, but Chavo Guerrero recovers to hit a frog splash on Kozlov in the bear hug. He pins him 1, 2, but Triple H recovers and breaks up the pin. Now it's Triple H and Chavo going at it as this match descends into chaos. 4 people all hoping to get a shot here at the World Heavyweight Championship. So it's Triple H and Chavo, Lashley and Kozlov still recovering. Triple H and Chavo, they counter each other's Irish whips and attempt to gain the upper hand, but Triple H stops himself at the ropes. Chavo charges, and Triple H kind of ducks below and sends Chavo sprawling to the outside. It's Kozlov who returns and tries to kick Triple H from a distance, but Triple H knows that game. He's experienced. He's the cerebral assassin. He closes the gap to Kozlov, hits a kick to the gut, hits a pedigree. 1, 2, but Lashley from outside the ring drags Triple H out, and the clock hits 0 for our final participant.
Shawn Michaels comes in, proper House of Fire style, the freshest man in the match. Rolls into the ring. First thing he's doing, sprinting at Bobby Lashley and hitting a crazy flying forearm on him, kipping up. Crowd's feeling it. Kozlov's still down. Michael sees that, starts tuning up the band a little bit. And as Kozlov rises up to his feet, there's a lot of bodies around here. Anybody could break this up at any point, but they don't. As Shawn Michaels hits Sweet Chin music on Vladimir Kozlov.
He's done it.
Goes into the cover. He gets 1. He gets 2. And somehow, after having his head just knocked off with the flying forearm, Bobby Lashley is able to just kind of throw his whole weight at Shawn Michaels and manages to knock him off the pin, saving his title for now.
Yeah, I've lost track of all the chaos. Who is the interim champion right now?
Triple H, I think. No, wait, it can't be Triple H. Triple H.
No.
I think it's Shawn Michaels. I'm going with Shawn Michaels. You think he seems...
It's Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is the interim champion at the moment.
Bobby Lashley is the champion. Okay, I understood.
And this match breaks into chaos. We'll skip ahead to a few of the spots that break through these last chaotic 5 minutes here as Lashley tries to hold on to that interim championship. HBK hits a big elbow drop on Guerrero, but Lashley manages to pull him off. Kozlov headbutts Lashley in the midsection. He goes for a big suplex, but Lashley ducks and Kozlov kicks... Shawn Michaels kicks Kozlov square in the face again. Chavo hits a big 3 amigos on Triple H, but as he's about to go up for the frog splash, Lashley spears him out of the ring. Just absolute chaos ensuing. We get towards the end of the match here, the clock under 2 minutes, and Shawn Michaels tunes up the band once again. He super kicks Kozlov for a 3rd time, but Lashley drags Shawn out of the ring and belly to belly into the barricade to Shawn Michaels. Bobby Lashley doing everything here to stop anybody from gaining control of this match. Back in the ring, Triple H hits a pedigree, but Lashley breaks up a pinfall by dominating Shawn onto the pinfall attempt. He picks up Shawn and does a running, what is the proper name for a dominator?
Dominator?
It's like a running...
It'd be... I don't know if it's
running something slam.
It's not often running, but it'd be like a reverse power slam.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah, and he just slams Shawn onto the mass that is Triple H and Chavo Guerrero. Yeah, I think he often does it running. But I might be misremembering.
I think of the Ron Simmons one more, where it's stationary, I guess.
Makes sense. And then another big spot where Kozlov just throws Michael. He lands right on his neck from a vicious-looking Sambo throw. But as Kozlov attempts to pin Shawn and become the interim champion again, Lashley picks Guerrero up and just power bombs him onto the pair of them. Bobby Lashley doing everything he can, but he is but one man. And there are 4 other men in this match, and he loses control of it as the clock ticks down. About a minute left. Lashley's outside the ring. He's been thrown from it. There is chaos ensuing, brawling, every man trying to gain the upper hand, and the ring clears. Chavo Guerrero prone. Michaels kicks up. He looks. It's just him. It's just Chavo. He tunes up the band one more time. Is Shawn Michaels' destiny about to come true? Is he about to turn back the clock? He finishes tuning up the band as he stutters towards Chavo Guerrero. He gets speared by the returning Bobby Lashley as he dives into the ring at an incredible pace. Chavo is just standing. He had just gotten up. He's confused, but he's conscious enough. He hits the ropes. Lashley hits the opposite ropes, and another huge spear to Chavo Guerrero. Triple H creeps into the ring holding a sledgehammer. The crowd pops, and he goes and he tries to smash Lashley's face in with the sledgehammer. Lashley ducks underneath. He hits the ropes, and another big spear. Triple H down. Lashley roars, and then he, with the rest of his strength, hangs over the ropes and looks down as outside the ring, Kozlov, who is about to get into the ring, just stares wide-eyed. Kozlov seethes. Lashley looks on victorious as the clock hits 0. Bobby Lashley retains the World Heavyweight Championship. JBL immediately puts over that we might just have seen the greatest defensive performance in the history of the sport. And then Michael Cole, we had a discussion about this yesterday. So what does Michael Cole say, Tucker?
Michael Cole says, to put it simply, Bobby Lashley is unassailable. This man is unquestionably and undisputedly the king of SmackDown.
Chavo Guerrero recovering in the corner of the ring. There's a small smile on Chavo's face, like he's kind of impressed. That was an enjoyable contest. Shawn Michaels, his hands on his head. He looks up at the lights. He's like, he can't believe he couldn't secure a pinfall. Triple H is like bleeding in the corner, barely conscious. Vladimir Kozlov is still seething as Bobby Lashley is given the title. He celebrates, and then Lashley leaves the ring right next to Kozlov and keeps staring him down before going up the ramp with his title in the hands. He's beaten all these men before, and now he's done it in one night. Bobby Lashley, who can stop him?
And this is what Puddy just described there at the end.
Yeah.
There's SNME 26.
You want to throw up the credits?
I do. Let me get OBS up there. There we go. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, as always, much appreciated.
Like, I sit there for minutes saying nothing. I'm like, oh, I guess I should. Yeah, fair. Thanks. All right. Very quickly here, Puddy. Who do you want to talk to from the locker room?
Lashley.
Yep. What are you feeling about him? Mocked for poor cardio.
Told they're awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I agree with that.
Give Santino a hug.
Yeah.
Praise Drew for a good performance. And then I'll leave the last one to you. Anybody stand out to you?
Yeah, Beth Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Prate's on a great performance, I think. Yeah, because that was a good ass women's match, and I
agree.
I think that's like, I mean, I know Beth is now technically part of like, I mean, she is literally part of like the upper kind of echelon of the women's workers, but I don't know. That felt big to me in terms of who was in that and how well that did.
I tell you one thing, we're not going to put him on here and I'm not arguing for it, but I tell you who I was really impressed with tonight was Vladimir Kozlov getting a 60 on his promo.
Yeah,
He's come a long way.
I noticed that too. Fantastic. We made some money.
Woo.
Not
that much though.
We made some popularity.
True.
And we're not doing a media scrum.
Fuck those guys. What do you guys think of the championship? Should we do another championship scramble one day?
Stick around in
the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, actually. Cause that was pretty fun. Honestly, I was fun to tell a story in that format. It's like the same kind of fun that we would have had doing the Rumble, but it's a little more directed. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a little less.
Yeah.
They do their spots and then they enter the push zone.
And it's one of those where I feel like it has enough variability that you could do a couple of, like the version we told, there's definitely there's at least two other big archetypes that we could do, which is the chaos one where there's just so many falls, and then there's the one where like a really dominant champion starts the match and just fucking plays spoiler the whole time.
Yep.
So there's definitely room to do more of. That's probably why they did 3 in one night, and then they were like, yeah, we told all our stories.
We did it. Yeah, that's it. Those are all the stories. Damn.
Yeah.
So the next time we see you guys will likely be that SNME 27 show.
In San Antonio.
And then after that, it'll be the Survivor Series. So
I don't want to preempt, I don't want to spoil too much, but all I'm saying is I've been watching a lot of like mainstream talk shows at the moment, and I would be shocked if at Saturday night's main event in San Antonio, we don't see Batista fight for the WWE Championship. He just seems adamant that it's coming soon. Maybe it's Survivor Series, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's happening.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably going to be Survivor Series. I don't think, honestly, with the way he's been lately, I don't know if Batista's really going to show up to a Saturday night's main event. I don't know if
I don't
that's
like that aspersions. That man works so hard for this business, making so many dates, interviews, and mainstream, and all he wants is to become the WWE champion. I bet he'd wrestle for it on Raw or even a house show if we offered it to him.
well, we'll see. And we'll catch you all in the next one. Putty, anything you got to say to the fine folks?
Oh, minor plug. I've cleaned up the VODs channel, and there's now a pretty clean playlist for last season, the 2007-2008 season. So if you didn't watch it all as it was live, or if you never watched the VODs, I would recommend that playlist for people. It's got all of the VODs from the TVs. There's a few missing in May, I think. Apologies for that. I just haven't been able to find them, but they're mostly all there. And then instead of the VODs for the pay-per-views, it's Tucker's videos inserted in there. Yeah, I think it's a pretty clean way of watching the series. I'm also looking for feedback. So yeah, if it interests you, it's on the VODs channel.
Perfect. We'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.